Hey folks, Tourism Tim Warren here. Does your tourism marketing suck? If you don't have enough clients or prospects or rivals, chances are it does. You need to watch this short segment on what I learned from the One World Travel Mart in San Francisco last week and how it can help your sales and arrivals. Folks, it's Tourism Tim Warren here with another important episode of Tourism Marketing TV. I just got back from the San Francisco One World Travel Mart where I was running a workshop on how to get your very best clients selling for you online 24/7. It was really awesome, and it went so well. I will probably be doing it as a webinar later on because people said they really got a lot of value out of it. You can see my picture here. I had someone on the Facebook comment that I look like a gangster. What do you think? Do you like this hat? Don't like it? Should I bag it? Keep it? Let me know. Make your comment down below. Thanks. I appreciate that. Here's the scary, sad truth. When I looked around at that trade show and I saw how many people were there who had just terrible, pathetic booths, and it was no wonder that they weren't getting any inquiries or sales. It was terrible. What's even sadder is that the amount of money and time that so many people spent to be there. And you know, it doesn't really matter. Now, granted, the show itself, especially the trade side, could use some help, and they're working on it. But whether you had a ton of people there or not, how you show up in your trade show booth or your travel website or your advertising makes a huge difference on your bottom line. So I decided I needed today to be the professor of harsh reality. The professor, what this means is that I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to give you advice that I know works, and I'm going to be diplomatically blunt. And I can't sugarcoat a waste of time and money. I mean, there is people who spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 or more to be there. And it is so sad. I mean, look at these pictures here. It is so sad to see people waste money and time like that. I mean, the reality is that when you're in a trade show booth, and I'm going to keep going back and forth between trade show booth and website, because you know what? It's the same thing. You've got seconds to grab someone's attention and tell them, what it is you do, where you do it, and why they should even consider you for a moment. That you're a good service provider, that they should consider booking a trip with you, going to your destination. To your trade show booth or your travel website, you have between 7 and 10 seconds to grab someone's attention. Otherwise, they're gone, and usually forever. And you spend a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of effort to attract that prospect. If you don't tell them real quick what's in it for them and why they should consider you, they're gone. I mean, when you looked at those pictures of these trade show booths, and I'm going to scroll them by pretty quick. I want you to look at them. Do you have any idea what they do or where they do it, or why you should consider talking to them? Now imagine in a trade show where you might have 50, 100, 300 booths all clamoring for your attention. Is that any different than your website? But multiply it by 10,000. There are millions of websites out there. There's no place on the earth that people can't go. And your website better sell, and it better utilize the proven principles that turn shoppers into buyers. Otherwise, they're gone. I'm going to look at my notes here for a second. Now, most people didn't get any leads. They didn't make any connections, and they didn't sell any trips, except for at least one booth I know. It happens to be my brother Kevin. Now, Kevin sold $25,000 worth of trips. Now, I'm not talking about leads. I'm talking about credit card in hand deposits on his most expensive package, and over 2 days. So, what makes the difference? Why with the majority of people hating it? And it's wasting their time and money, and Kevin makes a big difference. Well, granted, he's my brother, and he's got a lot of coaching and advice from me, and on his marketing, and it showed up on his website. So I want to give you 3 key tips that you really need to have in all your trade show marketing and your website, folks. This is 3 out of what I've identified as the 10 key elements that all your tourism marketing must have in order for it to sell, whether it's your travel website, your advertising, your direct mail, your trade show, especially if you're wanting to work with the travel trade. What I'm going to share with you, and what's you'll see in my 10 tips, which are part of my Tourism Marketing Success course, are absolutely critical. Otherwise, you're not going to be selling many trips, and you're going to be wasting your time. It's a lot more fun when your tourism marketing works better, and you get more inquiries, and you make more sales. And then you can do more of what you love. You can help your family and your community more, and you can really be pursuing your dreams. So the 3 things that your website and your trade show must have is that you have to have a big, what I call a defining headline. So if you have a trip, let's say your company is called Joe's Fun Trips. That tells me absolutely nothing about who you are, what you do, or why I should consider you. For my brother, he was focusing primarily on his whale watching tours, and I think it said, we'll have to look at the picture. I'll put a picture up there. It was all focused about his whale watching, and then you'll notice on his booth that he has his company logo is very small off to the side and then down below. But one of the key things that he had on that booth, look at it, it's called a credibility statement. Do you see it? It's right on the headline, and it's right in the center of the banner. If you do, write it down below on this posting. This is critical. This communicates to a prospect in a second or two, wow, you're experienced. You know what you're doing. And obviously these people had a really good time, which also communicates safety and security. Another key, so you got to have what I call a defining headline, and it got to be really, at least 8 inch tall letters, because people are shuffling down the aisles of the trade show, and you need to be able to be outstanding in the crowd, and people need to be able to read what it is that you're doing, so that if they're interested in that type of travel or that destination, it's so crystal clear and they can engage you, so you don't waste your time talking to people who are a waste. 2, credibility icons. Credibility icons speak to that. You'll notice on Kevin's booth, it says "As Seen In," and it says Men's Journal, and it lists a whole bunch of different magazines. Kevin in his future booth is actually going to use the icons for, he's been in MSNBC, he's been in the New York Times, he's been in all these different media, and we're going to use those in the future. Those are credibility icons. That also can be logos from associations that you belong to. It can be awards. How about a top ranking in TripAdvisor? There was a luxury African Lodge folks I talked with you. In fact, it's right here. It's Zulu Naila. Awesome place. These guys are rated number 1 in TripAdvisor. And when I was at their booth, TripAdvisor logo was really small, and I said, man, you need to make that thing about this big. And on the top of, on the very right above it, it says rated, number 1 Safari, and then TripAdvisor. What does that do in seconds as far as establishing your credibility? It is huge. I call that a credibility icon, and that's covered in depth and a lot more in my course. And the third element is that you've got to let your clients do your selling for you. That was the essence of my presentation. It is the proven number 1 form of establishing trust, or when someone's looking at your offering, what others say about you establishes the highest level of trust, and therefore people believe it more, they're going to read it more, and they're going to choose you over your competitors a lot more, because others have reviewed you and shared their opinions. This is really important. This is the essence of social media, and you must use it in all your marketing, and you need to do it on your website booth. And when Kevin has their As Seen In, and he has a list of media, that is a form of client endorsement, or an indirect endorsement. So those are the 3 things. So I urge you to, as we move into the last part of 2012, to look at your marketing. For many of you, you're coming off of a busy operational season. This is the time for you to start planting seeds, and one, reviewing your marketing, your website, your trade show booth, everything you're doing. And look, is it meeting, do you have those three elements in there? And the other elements I reflect in my course. If you really want to make 2013 a totally different year, meaning that you're getting more inquiries, more sales, more arrivals, and because things are going so well, you're even lowering your marketing costs. Excuse me, I'm going to itch my nose. Ugh. Then you need to take a serious look and analyze what's working and what's not working. Invest time, invest some money, do something different, and you're going to get different results. So down at the bottom of this, I've got a link to my course. It's awesome. It rocks. When you go there, be sure to read and listen and watch comments from tour operators and travel agents who are just like you. Look what they had to say about their business and what the difference was after they bought my course and started to apply it. Listen and watch what they had to say about me and how I've transformed their business. What am I doing? I am using social proof, word of mouth advertising. Why? Because it works, and two, because I want you to see for yourself that you can change your business, you can improve things, but I can't do it like magic for you. You got to get off your fanny and you got to take action. This is Tim Warren, professor of harsh reality, and I'm going to tell it like it is, not because I'm trying to convince you of anything, but because I am absolutely dedicated to this industry that we all love. And I tell you, it makes it a hell of a lot more fun when you're making money and you're getting to expand your business and pursue your dreams. That's what I'm interested in. That's my mission, because I know the industry we're really in is a quality of life business, and I intend to make a positive mark, continue to make a positive mark on this planet, and I want to do it through tourism and creating connections and with cultures, appreciation for each other. We're all on this planet together, so let's have some fun. Let's make some money. And in closing, if you have any top questions on travel trade show marketing, because we're getting into that season, I want you to write it down below this posting for Facebook. What is your top tourism marketing question or your suggestion? What's worked well for you or what hasn't? And I promise you I will address those and give you some answers so that all of your marketing, whether it's at the trade show, your website, or others, work better for you. Thanks a lot. This is Tourism Tim, the professor of harsh reality, signing off. And also, let me know what you think about the hat. You like it? Do I look like a gangster? Am I styling? You tell me. I kind of like it, but I'm interested in what you have to say. All right? Thanks again. Take care. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.